All right, welcome everybody to this week's showing of the Ohio Valley Lawncare Late Model Series here at Lanes Raceway, December the 3rd, 2023. You can see we got two cars out there right now, out of four, getting ready to run this race. It's going to be another one of those type of races. I think it's going to be very, very close to the bitter end. So you can see our new camera angles here. Glenn Burden, of course, getting his car set up, ready to go racing. Nonetheless, as soon as these guys are about ready to go, we're going to jump into this and get to racing. All right, racers, are you ready? Watch your lights. All right, folks, here we go. 4 red lights dropping out to green. We're going racing this week. Ohio Valley Lawncare late model. We're down half a pack. We've had as many as 11, I believe, in this race. Now we got 4. So these guys got a sharp advantage when it comes to points making here tonight. If they stay out of each other's way, we'll be through this race in no time. Not to mention, I'll tell you what, they're going to be getting some nice hefty points. Nobody here is going to take home less than 85 points today. Right now, Randy Kirtley out in the lead there on green lane, the lowest hog on the totem pole currently. Actually, Jay Latham's lowest. Sorry about that. He's on orange. Jay Latham there a while ago ran his car as hard as he could possibly run it there on black lane. Could not get it to break out, but maybe one time after it warmed up. So he won't need no choke bottle. He won't need none of that extra action to keep him from breaking out. So it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. Glenn Burden, you know, he's passionate. He's hungry for it all day today. Just been on top marks when it comes to how he's been driving. We're going to see Glenn Burden here in the mix also today, and we can see him reeling in right now, Jackson, as he reels him in there on white lane. We're going to start seeing Jay and Glenn really start those battles at least all the way up to the end of this everything, because both of them they're fighting for first position as the 4 crowns. And this week, like I said, Glenn has not took anything but hard racing for sure. Randy Kirtley currently in the lead with 47 total laps, a median of 2.18, best lap 2.151. Jay Latham there with a 2.26 and a 2.184. So both these guys respectively very, very close to one another. But don't count Glenn and Jackson out there up on the high side, because I'm telling you, when they start coming down, it's really going to start coming down to the wire. After that heat, Randy Kirtley was able to turn 55, 53 for Jay, 50 for Glenn, and 49 for Jackson within 6 laps from top to bottom. Current standings here, we're going to take a look at it. Now, they're all kind of misorganized here. Right now, if I'm not mistaken, it's Nathaniel, Jay, Glenn, Jackson is the order. Being this is a video file that you're looking at, even though it just looks like a image file, it's actually a video file. I was unable to edit it earlier, but nonetheless, if we take a look right now currently here on the player cards, Nathaniel, who is not here today, is our current leader here in first place in the Ohio Valley Lawncare Late Model Series. So he was not able to represent the pink wing like he wanted today because he wasn't here, but I'll tell you what, Jay Latham, I believe he's in second right now, followed by Glenn Burden. in third, and then Jackson rounds up fourth place currently here. And it's all going to be a bull down to see between Jay and Glenn, but like I said, don't count out Jackson as he's fighting his way up to the top too. He really wants to be like the cream rising to the top. He's fighting with everything he's got, with not a whole lot of sponsorship in the background. So if you guys are looking for a racer to sponsor Jackson, he is unemployed and he's too young to work, and he definitely wants a set of tires. He is actually currently, it's kind of sad, swapping his tires back and forth between his cars just so that he can have the best advantage he can have. But nonetheless, I'll tell you what, with what he has done, he has started somewhat of a trend with some of these guys, and he definitely fights pretty hard. 50 seconds left to go before we go back racing. We can see Jackson put his car up there in the high banks there on green. Jay Latham down there in Dead Man's Corner next to Randy Kirtley's blue car. Coming up next, we have the wing car on the road course. That's the only thing we ever run it on is the road course. Wouldn't be too much entertainment going on running wing cars on an oval. So we got it going on the orange. Coming up next at 7 o'clock. We should be through this race pretty quick. Like I said, it's going to go pretty quick with just 4 guys. Even with a full pack, they don't hardly wreck at all. I'd be surprised if they didn't make it this whole race without wrecking at all. So right before we kind of started a little late, as you guys could tell. The only reason we started a little late, guys, we're having a little competition. We got a competition going here at Lanes Raceway. Who can run the fastest GRC on Purple Lane? $5 to enter, and Jay Latham and a few of the other guys were getting in on that action. And Jay Latham currently holds it right now with a 2.11 something, I think. He beat out Jordan Fulkerson, who previously held the record. At the end of the month, of course, Jay will just take the whole pot because we're only pay out one position in that. We also got one for the orange track too, to see who can run the fastest lap. So a lot of it boils down to just surely getting a stock GRC as freed up as possible, as nice going as possible, to be able to bring that home. So, and just like in the races, I check it, make sure it ain't cheated up before they run it. So everything's on the up and up here at Lanes Raceway, and I don't allow blatant cheating. So no enforcer motors where there should be stomps or anything like that. Randy Kirtley out in the lead, 80 laps, followed by Jay Latham. Randy kind of walking off a little bit as he goes down the field here. Those things will change as he'll start losing laps once he hits the bottom and starts coming back up. But right now, everybody else is pretty much high on the hog here. 6 laps separates Jay from Randy. Randy, of course, just really hauling the mail here down low, able to surpass everybody up high. The breakout is set at 2 seconds. Anybody who drops below 2 second best lap time will get a beep. And Randy is right there flirting with disaster. A 2.09 median, a 2.060 is his best lap. So he is running hyper aggressive. Currently, right now, as we take a look here, with 20 seconds left to go, Randy Kirtley is the champion for the LMP Thunder Series 2023, and right now he's currently in 6th position in Ohio Valley Lawn Care. So today is definitely going to be a great day for Randy, as he has quite a bit of an opportunity here to walk away with a first place here, bumping him up high on the hog when it comes to championship points. Randy Kirtley there with 112 total laps, followed by Jay Latham 103, Jackson 101, and Glenn Burden 100. And like I said, you know, Randy Kirtley being down low, he's going to be down low for purple and black, but then he'll be coming back up on yellow when the guys go down low. So we'll start seeing a change here in about 2 heats to where that people will start actually starting to try to climb against Randy, and Randy will have to fend them off basically for his remainder of his 4 heats. But what we can see here is pretty much everybody's right there with one another. 50, 52, 53 laps there around, sort of about being up high. Randy Kirtley, of course, kind of abnormal there, about 3 laps more there on green lane, turning 55. So he's definitely got a car that's set up to run quite well. and we'll see if that pays off in the end. Heading over here to the pit cam. I'm going to let you watch these guys work on their cars, and we'll be right back with you. Jackson in a frantic move to get his car on the track. Look at the dead sprint. Man, be a big boy. That guy can run. He might need to be a lineman or something. Hey, maybe he is in football. I don't know. He can flat move. He was able to get back to his controller in time, and here we go. Jackson there on purple. Or, I'm sorry, on blue. Randy Kirtley on purple. And Jackson able to make some nice progressive moves there on Glenn Burden, who's up on green. Jackson, of course, just getting a fresh set of tires there on his car for this series this last week. I ended up putting them on for him, I think, Tuesday. Of course, we're closed Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I get caught up on some of the cars. I work on them, and I get everything going pretty good before the race starts, and then I get all of our streams and everything else up and going. So everybody's good to go when it comes to race time. Race time Thursday is pretty much when it starts. Then Friday, of course, we do a little pinball competition, and people test and tune on Friday nights and Saturday nights. So VR competitions and stuff like that too. Nonetheless, the big main day for racing is on Sundays, and today a little light behind the ears when it comes to people showing up to race, but I'll tell you what, we'll take anything here at Lanes Raceway, and what a blessing it is to have these racers here. Thank the Lord for them. And not only that, man, I'll tell you what, it's pretty exciting to be able to watch a lesser amount of racers. It's easier to actually commentate. It's easier to keep track of. Not saying that I like to see this every week, or we'd have to shut Lanes Raceway down, but, you know, sometimes it is kind of refreshing. The guys get a little break. I know a lot of times they don't like to be elbow to elbow with one another, but you know, right here we're seeing racing at its finest here. No wrecks. Everybody's got their own little nice flow going. Randy Kirtley out in the lead by several laps currently right now, 13, 14 laps. Jay Latham and Glenn Burden battling yet again as they're battling for first and second in the series. Glenn Burden's going to swap up Jay there and take over third position with 152. And we get a red flag rotation yet again. We're actually spending more time in the pits than we are on the racetrack, folks. Randy Kirtley currently in the lead with 169, followed by Jackson Darty making a stab at it. He's just about 3 or so laps down from Randy Kirtley's times there, and he's currently turned 155. Glenn Burden there turning one more extra lap than Jackson there on green. If it leaves anything to be known, we'll probably see Glenn move up to that second position, him or Jay Latham, as both of them are tied up with an average of 51 laps. Taking it back over to the pinball cam, you see these guys marking their lane as they grab their car. Hit. Sorry, my wife was pulling my hair. Anyways, they're marking their cars, getting their cars ready as they go back into the pits. and we'll be right back with you. Five seconds before we go back green racing, we see, well, Jack Daddy grab his controller there real quick. He's talking to Glenn. Glenn said he's not showing no more mercy to Jackson. He is going to treat him like one of the guys. Hardcore racing, that's what they're about. So far, I don't think we've had a wreck here yet. All these guys are running impeccable. Randy Kirtley now down on black lane. This will be the last time he's low. The rest of the time he's going to be going high as he breaks out and loses a lap. Jay Latham and the rest of the gang super excited about Randy's breakout. I don't know if Randy's using his choke bottle or not, but we do allow chokes here. Several of the controllers actually come with chokes, so it's kind of hard to limit individuals like that. But Randy's always pretty open, like, hey, you want to run this choke bottle? So a lot of guys just say no because I guess they don't really know how it works. But anyway, it's not a big deal. Like I said, so we got Randy running down low. We see him coming up, creeping up right behind Jackson. And Jackson's holding him off pretty well. Jackson's giving it everything he can with that car. So those tires definitely come in clutch for Jackson. And Randy really can't catch him. So, you know, that's accolades to Jackson. Jackson very serious. He's not his usual cut up joking self as Jackson. Oh, hey, Garrett, how's it going, man? 1 second, folks. I'll be right back with you. 7 seconds left to go. Randy Kirtley out in the lead, 223 laps, followed by Jackson, who's took over second position now with 212. Glenn Burden, 209. Jackson will be on black lane in this next heat, going to gain him a couple laps. So we take a look here at the track mate just to see how some of the averages have changed. 56.5 for Randy Kirtley, 53.2 for Jackson, 52.2 for Glenn, 51.5 for Jay. Going to leave you guys over here with the oval cam this time so you can watch these guys work, and I'll be right back with you just as soon as we go back green racing. All right, folks, here we go. 4 red lights are dropping out to green. Garrett Burden, your sponsor for Ohio Valley Lawn Care here at Lanes Raceway, the current series that we're in. He is going to jump into the Wing Car Series coming up next. That Wing Car Series is supposed to start at 7. We might start it a little earlier if we got everybody here. Right now, 5:36. We might even start it right after this race ends. That way everybody can get home at a decent time, or we can get the VR fired up for those that want to stay around. I don't know what the guys really want to do. I'm here for them, and I'm going to do whatever they want to do. But we just installed a few games, VR games and stuff like that on the system, and a lot of guys have been wanting to do that. A lot of the guys have done our monthly reoccurring here at Lanes Raceway. It's a great deal, folks. If you don't know what it is, basically our computer setup are about anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000 in total. Set up here at Lanes Raceway. That's VR and all included. Here at Lanes Raceway, $35 a month. I'm talking exceptional deal. We've heard around the area some places that do VR golf, VR shooting and stuff like that, and different kinds of golf simulators and stuff like that. $45 for like a round of golf or 2 hours worth of golf time. We beat that here, and we have the latest tech when it comes to VR. So we have a Vario Aero with a 4090 Supram video card and a i9 13900K, something like that. Whatever the top of the top is, we got it. And I'll tell you, man, when you're playing the VR golf, it's like you're there. It's unreal, real. And it's so accurate, it's irritating. I shot 86 on the first hole the other day. I got stuck in a sand trap, and I kid you not, it took me like 40 strokes to get out. It was horrible. But that's real life, you know. I mean, when I go to the golf range, I do about the same. It's quite horrible. I do enjoy golf just for the scenery. I don't really go to be competitive. I play best ball because usually the person I go with, whether it's their first time golfing or not, usually they're better than me. So, like I said, I go for the scenery. I go to talk to people and have fun on the golf course. After that heat there, we have seen more of the same here. Randy Kirtley out in the lead still. Jackson turning an impressive 58 laps down on purple. Currently right now, that is the highest on the hog when it comes to lap record, 58. Randy turning 58 there on yellow. We'll see if Jackson can turn 58 on yellow too. But he's right there in the mix, 3 laps ahead of Glenn Burden and Jay Latham there, 4 laps down from Glenn Burden. So we'll see how things change. And of course, all these people are going to get points tonight. Lowest person's going to get 85 points. So they're definitely pleased with the lack of racers showing up here today, as it boosts them up in the 4 Crowns Series points. And I know Jackson's real excited about it. He would love to bring home a first or a second here today. But I'm going to leave you guys here with the cam 1 and 2, just the race cam. And I'll be right back with you just as soon as we go back green racing. Folks, I'll be right back with you. I'm here with a customer. I'll talk to you here just shortly. All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. 2 seconds before we start this heat. Sorry about the inconvenience. Having a customer here. Nonetheless, it's good catching up. White Sox all the way, Livermore, Kentucky. Back whenever we were kids, we were undefeated. Every time we played baseball, it didn't matter. We were the best, period. And we continue that trend even unto today. Everybody that was on that team are successful individuals in society. And it just goes to show you with a good coach, sheer determination, and being bad to the bone, we just win. So it was great catching up a little bit. Nonetheless, minute and 30 seconds, about two-thirds of the race still left to go. Randy Kirtley in the lead, 356, 340 for Glenn Burden, 340 for Jackson, 338 for Jay. It's a fight for second place, folks. We're at this heat, one more left to go. Tom, we may start the wing car race a little early because, I mean, this is who's here, you know. Might as well. That way I can get the VR going, and then you can pay me the $35 for the reoccurring, and then you can start playing VR with the rest of us. Can't believe you, Tom. Thought you were a racer. Tom won't pay the $35, folks. He does not want to be a skilled racer in all aspects. Just wing car. That's all Tom wants to do. It's wing. He doesn't care about anything else. That's all that's on Tom's mind. But we do have a good time here racing the old simulator there, getting in different races, beating and banging on people. I really want to do some live streams again with that, but it seems like every time I get around to doing it, we don't really get a lot of people wanting to make a day to run those live stream races. But I think it'd be very cool just to have a night where everybody gets on here and each person runs their own little race and we get to like film it. I think it would be sick. I think it would be really cool. Nonetheless, there's another heat down of hardly any wrecks whatsoever. We hear a scream of a wing car here on the orange track here. Let's take a quick look and see who that is. Well, that's Garrett Burden getting ready as he's got a screamer of a car here. And that baby is handling pretty well also. Nonetheless, here we got Randy Curley out in the lead, 393. He's kind of walking away from everybody. We got one more heat left to go here. 379 Glenn Burden, 376 of Jackson and Jay. Second place is up for grabs by everybody here currently. And it's all just going to boil down to how well that they perform in the next heat. Nonetheless, watch these guys. We'll be right back with you. I'm going to take a brief intermission. All right, folks, last heat. Just talked to the guys about 15-20 minutes. We're going to, after this race, we're going to roll right into the wing and get that going on for our final race tonight. Not going to be running the GRC Oval, as we only got about 2 people in that series, and I don't tend to run it when we only have 2 people. So 150 left to go in this baby, and it is silent out there, almost somber. Oh, is that our first wreck of the night? Looks like we got 3 involved in that. I thought we were going to make the whole race without a wreck, but nonetheless, it looks like we got us a wreck going on there, and Glenn Burden was able to make it through. Randy Kirtley out there fending off his life here as he is trying to keep people from passing him up on red. And he's doing a pretty good job of it. Only a 1/10 of a second different from everybody else down low to him. So he's definitely holding a lot of these guys off. Like I said, I believe he's going to bring this one home. They're going to have a hard time catching Randy. Glenn Burden there with 3:99. 3 laps behind him is Jay Latham. And Jackson there with 3:95. He's about 4 laps back from Jay. So all of these guys really, really close together. Just boiled down to a little bit of who drove deeper, it looks like, this race, and how well their car was performing. Nonetheless, it could just be power plant issues. So, not all motors are created equal, but they're very, very close. And then when you're spread out like this, you start seeing the differences in the motors and how that they are made. Nonetheless, 38 seconds left to go. Randy Kirtley is going to definitely bring this one home as he's ahead by 10 laps. Glenn Burden there second to him, and Jay Latham third. So Jackson there down 413, having a little bit of bad luck, getting involved in that incident a little bit earlier. But what a race he's had. Not hardly any wrecks whatsoever between all of these guys. And we're going to get our top 3 here just as soon as this race is over. A nice little picture made, the picture for the time, so we can get the laps updated. And there it is, folks. Randy Kirtley's going to bring home that win. And with an average of 55.4, 54.2, 54.1 at Glenn Burden and Jay Latham neck and neck. That's your top 1 and 2 for the series. And Jackson, 53.1. All right, we're going to need Randy, Glenn, and Jay for your picture in front of the podium. All right, folks, so as you can tell, there is your standings. Thank you guys for tuning in yet again for another one of these Ohio Valley Lawn Care Dirt Late Model Series here at Lanes Raceway, one of our sponsored series for $1,000. That's going to be coming up to the final races here, December the 17th, 2023. That's championship night. Blake Smith will be here from Let's Talk Racing. He's going to actually be talking some racing here. And it's going to be a pretty good time. So definitely mark your calendar for that and join in on the action. Stay tuned, as here shortly we're going to be firing up the wing on the road coming up next. But until then, God bless you, and I'll see you then.